Serious, what are some unethical life hacks? Can't write a good job application or CV? Post a job advertisement on those free websites for a position in the area you are interested in entering. Have random people apply to your fake job advertisement and use those CVs to create a master CV for yourself. Pro tip: make sure you're comfortable delivering a job performance that your CV's stated skills and experience imply. There's no faster road to losing all credibility than having people suggest you lied on your resume. Source: I've seen this happen more than I would reasonably expect. Have affairs with realtors. They have keys to empty houses all over town. If you are meeting someone through Craigslist, ask them for their address first, then go to Google Maps and pick a city the same direction, but twice the distance from their address. Tell the person from Craigslist you will meet them halfway, but in actuality they are coming to you, because you live where halfway would be. Another nifty life hack: don't give people you just met on Craigslist your address. Try to tell a few lies, but do it really poorly. Confess to being a terrible liar. Do this periodically for things that don't matter. Actual lies go undetected. Download the crappy watermark low-res image that iStock gives for free. Upload that in Google's image-based search and find many people hosting the high-res. A hard hat, safety vest, and white truck can give you access to most places. I have a blue truck with a toolbox and I haven't had any trouble doing this. Browse your local obituaries. Find an old man who's passed away, but make sure there is something along the lines of George leaves behind his loving wife, Midge, of 62 years. With the power of the internet, call up Midge on the phone and ask her about the used car ad she posted. Midge will tell you that she doesn't have a used car for sale. Reassure her that you saw the ad for the car. Midge just might think, maybe I can sell George's old car. It sure will help pay for all these new expenses. You see, George's old car is a nice luxury car, driven with the care and frequency that only an 87-year-old can give. Now you can go buy a practically new luxury car on the cheap. Use self-checkout lanes to buy expensive Honeycrisp apples, but tell the computer they are only bulk cheap apples. On Craigslist or Armslist, or any other classified site, find an item you want, lowball the person from several different emails, then send them a reasonable, but still below asking value, offer at them from your real email. After being lowballed all day, they'll jump at your real offer. Me and my buddy do this. He'll ask about the item and lowball, and get denied. Then he'll ask me to email or call someone and ask about the item and ask even lower, roughly the same, or higher than his lowball. After I build the seller's interest, I stop responding and they normally want to sell it bad enough to the point where my buddy will see if the person still has it and they come down on the price enough for my friend to buy it. There are flaws to this and it doesn't work all the time. But if it's something we want that bad, we'll suck it up and buy it outright instead of trying to find a steal. Whenever you go to buy a car, the sales guy will always give you that sheet that itemizes the charge and everything on it with the OTD price. That's the sheet that you sign when you agree on the price. What you do is take that sheet, tell them you'll need to think about this, do whatever you can, but take that sheet with you. Then, scan that sheet into your computer, OCR that change the numbers around to something you want that is reasonable. Make sure your math is right, print it out, bring it to another dealership and negotiate from that fake invoice. Nobody is going to question your presence at a hotel's continental breakfast as long as you look okay. Confidence is everything. You can make serious cash doing other people's homework for them. Made good money doing this in college off of one guy too lazy to do anything. He'd call me for answers to questions at any hour and I'd pick up, find the answer, call back. $10 per call, $20 if it was after midnight. He always was good for it. The best part is he asked basics that I could Google in 10 seconds. Sometimes it was more in depth, but it never took much effort. I love rich dumb kids. So I guess this subject ties into a life lesson my grandma taught my mom. Growing up there has always been this big artistic rendition of map of South America hanging up on our wall. I guess the story of it was that it was originally at some gallery and my grandma just walks up to the goddamn wall, picks it off, and walks out calmly without hesitation. She told my mom that you could do anything as long as it looks like you know what you're doing and nobody will question it. Thankfully I don't see this being nearly as effective in today's world. Poke holes in a condom to get married. A few years ago we knew a girl that did this. Her best friend was married and had 2 kids already. Her biological clock must have been Big Ben because she was frantic to have a kid so their kids could be close to the same age, grow up as best friends, etc. It was seriously kind of sad and creepy at the same time. She had a boyfriend who had told her in no uncertain terms that he did not want kids. She kept trying to change his mind, which blew us away. We told her point blank, if he doesn't want them and you do, you need to reevaluate the relationship. She actually agreed and we were all convinced she was going to break it off because there is no way she would compromise on wanting kids. Her solution to the dilemma in her mind was to poke holes in the condom she kept at her house. She honestly could not understand when her best friend told her she needed professional help. She didn't see it as trapping him and actually tried to debate that what she did was perfectly acceptable. When the boyfriend found out, he went ballistic and noped the F out. TL. Dr. Crazy Girl pokes holes in condoms and can't understand why that's batch crazy. Building structures aren't as impenetrable as you might think. If a building has a composite shingle roof, you can typically just remove the shingles and cut through the backing underneath, usually plywood. In an unrelated note, alarm systems rarely monitor roofs. Also, if you're in a room with walls made of drywall, you're never really trapped. You can cut through the drywall and go through the wall itself, if needed. When you buy a laptop or desktop, buy a warranty that includes accidental damage. Near the end of the warranty term, run Limpack or Furmark and block the exhaust vent. Leave it like that for a few hours and you'll get irreparable hardware damage. File a warranty claim and get a new laptop. The best part is there's no evidence of hardware tampering because you never even opened the case. Former Best Buy employee. I always told friends and customers to just drop the laptop down a flight of stairs. 95% of the time any screen damage is auto replacement, and 3+ years after purchase, you get store credit for the item to use as you please. Only thing you're out is the absurdly expensive plan cost. Asking for a cup to get water and instead filling it with a fountain drink. I see people do this all the time when I go to Chipotle. After minutes of scientific research, I've determined that this works because the people who work at fast food restaurants just don't give a Put an ad in Craigslist for road maintenance workers for hire, promising an excellent but believable hourly wage for the area. Request that the recruits wait near a bank, right at the time you intend to rob the bank. Instruct the recruits to wear yellow vests, safety goggles, and a respirator mask, and preferably a blue shirt. Show up in the same attire and execute your robbery and get away with the help of your friendly job-seeking decoys. Buy TV at Walmart. Return TV to Walmart before 2 weeks. Come back in few days and buy said TV as open box item at a discount. Have to pay cash for at least one of the transactions, preferably both. Always have a picture of baby's young children on your desk wallet and mention your youngsters in passing when engaging in casual work conversation. By doing this, you'll get all the advantages of an employee who has children. It not immediately being assumed that you're working holidays. Being able to leave early once in a while to pick up the kids from X. An easy conversation point when schmoozing with clients. And various other social benefits, without actually having them. This trick can also be applied to carrying a pack of cigarettes on you because smokers are allowed at least 3-4 smoke breaks a day while non-smokers are afforded no such equivalent. Need flowers for your significant other? Cemeteries have you covered. Source: my father. Here is what I have done at places I have worked at. Say that your workplace has a TV or electronic device you would like to have. If you have the opportunity, you take it apart and disable it so that it won't turn on. Management will replace it and throw the old one in the trash where you can retrieve it and reconnect it so that it works. When I worked retail, nothing defective went in the trash until the managers were sure it was defective. TV screens were either slashed or broken and all electronics were crushed. It sucked knowing I'd never be able to dumpster dive any of it, but taking a break from customers to go to the back and take out your frustrations on broken merchandise with a sledge was wonderful. Have a crack in your windshield? Find a city truck and call the number on the back saying the truck flung rocks at you and cracked your window. They'll confirm the truck was where you said it was and bam, new window free. If you are still in high school, middle school, buy candy and snacks at your local dollar value store and then take them to school and sell them for 2 to 3 times what you paid for them. Most of these kids get their money from their parents daily and have no idea the value of what they are buying. Look for sale candies that are between 10 and 33 cents and name brand. Selling store brand Pop-Tarts as name brand Pop-Tarts can also work surprisingly well. I used to make about 10-15 bucks a day doing this back when I was in high school, and the teachers rarely care unless you are disrupting class by selling them. Alternatively, wait for your school to do one of those chip sale for X reason things where kids sign up to sell X amount of chips, then sign up for that, sell your first batch, then proceed to refill said batch with the snack pack chip bags you can get at any Walmart or grocery store. This can range anywhere from a 100% to 200% profit depending on if your school marks up the price of each bag to secure their cut. It's only unethical if you consider supply and demand economics unethical. Don't want to wait for your zone when boarding a flight? Tell them you have a peanut allergy and need to wipe down your seat. You will be one of the first people to board the plane. Applying for a new loan and have troubled credit? Dispute the derogatory items with the 3 credit bureaus roughly 45 days before you apply for the loan. The disputed accounts are ignored by the major scoring algorithms, which will give you a boost. If nothing else, the negatives won't be dragging down the score. Eventually, the bad credit will reappear since your disputes will not succeed in getting the information removed from the credit bureau database. But, at least you got that loan. Don't tell them I told you. Brooklyn style free parking goes as follows: find someone with a traffic citation on their car window. Take it. Park wherever the hell you please. Put citation on your window. When patrol rolls through, it looks as if you've already been dealt with. I haven't tried this. I'm half asking for feedback, but I think this would work. Just using this as an example. But say you want to buy a gaming mouse from Walmart. It's $80. Your friend goes to Walmart one day and takes a picture of the barcodes of a much cheaper mouse, hopefully even made by the same company. You go home, the two of you print out stickers of that barcode. Your friend goes back to Walmart and places the stickers on the boxes of the more expensive gaming mice. Now, you come back a day later, maybe a few days later, you pick up 2 of those mice. You go to the self-checkout, scan said items. Even if an employee was watching over your shoulder, they'd see Logitech mouse or whatever it would read out on the screen. It would look correct if they weren't familiar with the price of that item. Even if they did discover the inconsistency, you, the person who purchased the item, could easily say you had no idea what the price was. Or you could say, when I rung it up I thought it was on sale or something. Your friend who placed the stickers is also in the clear, because they never took the product off property themselves. As far as I can tell, it would be nearly impossible to get either party in trouble. The worst case scenario would be that they simply ask you to pay the difference. I doubt they would even do that though, and that is even if they discovered the issue. It would mostly look like a consistent transaction on camera. Buy 100 bucks of beer at Walmart or wherever. Hand friend receipt after you buy. Friend returns and fills shopping cart with exact same amount and type of beer. Friend heads straight for door and hands receipt to door greeter who is old and doesn't notice. Double your beer on beer run. Drop small value coins, like a few nickels, into a tip jar when the staff aren't looking, but be loud enough that they can hear. They'll think you tipped them, but only you know what you really did. That's some George Costanza